we'll go through our starts and our sits from each position. So I'll start with my start at quarterback and my sit at quarterback. My start at quarterback is Russell Wilson at Arizona. Arizona hasn't had the best pass defense in the NFL right now. So I would say this is week 4, before week 5. Who's the corner that's coming back? Patrick Peterson? Is that right?
Yes, I don't think does he come back in week 5?
I don't know.
Was it only 4 games? I thought it was longer.
Might be 6 games. Don't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, Russell Wilson had a beast mode game last week. I can expect 20 to 25 points from him this week. So if you have him, you can start him confidently. And then I'm benching Josh Allen. I'm gonna say sit Josh Allen.
My guy.
I love Josh Allen, but he's facing the New England Patriots defense.
Ooh.
The New England Patriots defense in 3 games has given up 1 touchdown. Actually, if you go back all the way to the Super Bowl, they haven't given up a touchdown in 4 games.
Yeah.
So the defense has been playing. This is like, I've been a Patriots fan and watching the Patriots since the inception of the Super Bowl, the first one, and the New England. This is the best New England Patriots defense I've seen. Like, they are that good. So
I thought you said the first one, like the first Super Bowl ever.
No, yeah.
And I was like, wow, you're pretty old, dude.
He's like, I'm pretty old. So I'm gonna say this is the best football they're playing. Josh Allen is not gonna be able to get anything done. He's a terrible passer against good defenses. The only thing he's going to be able to do is probably run around, but Bill Belichick brought in new quarterback Cody Kessler, who's an athletic running quarterback, to help them figure out how to stop Josh Allen.
Classic Bell. I have Aaron Rodgers as my start of the week.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Here's why.
That's such an ugly matchup, bro.
No, it's not.
Oh, boy.
It's not.
He's like, it's not.
Let's look at.
I want you to like reconsider this as we're having.
No.
You know, you're right. They've given up the eighth most fantasy points to
quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers in his first 3 weeks. Everybody's panicking, including us. But what have I been saying each single week? I said, don't start Rodgers. Don't start Rodgers. Don't start Rodgers. He played against the Vikings.
You probably shouldn't start Rodgers against Dallas next week either. But
yeah, you're right. I probably wouldn't. But at this point in his career, he is matchup dependent.
Yeah.
He played the Bears, Vikings, and Broncos. Those are 3 of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah.
This week he's going up against Philly, who struggles against the pass. He's at home. I think Rodgers hasn't been a QB1 yet all year. I think this is the week he gets around 20 to 25 fantasy points.
All right.
This is the week you see Aaron Rodgers. My sit for a quarterback is Jameis the famous Winston, who's had 2 good weeks.
Jameis.
But he's playing against the Rams in LA, which is not a good matchup. The Rams have totally toasted quarterbacks this season. I think this is going to be one of those games where Winston just doesn't do that well.
Okay.
I think in long run, Winston will be good. This is just a tough week for the whole Buccaneers offense, honestly.
My running back start of the week is James Conner against Cincinnati. You have been fretting. You've been worried. You've been panicking on James Conner. And you should probably sell James Conner after this week. Cincinnati, he's slowly been increasing in his snap share and his carry.
Carries? Touches?
Yeah, the amount of touches that he's getting have been slowly increasing, and the opportunity for him has been slowly increasing. He's getting back to that full workload. Don't know why he didn't start the season with it, but he's getting back to that. James Conner against Cincinnati is a wicked easy matchup for him.
Yeah.
So I would say James Conner is a start this week, and you can expect a good game. It's going to be tempting to not start James Conner because of how bad he has been, but I would start James Conner against Cincinnati. I would sit Devonta Freeman against Tennessee. Tennessee has had a very, very good pass rush. They've had a very good rush defense. Thank you. So far this year. So I'm going to say sit him just because, I mean, what has he done for you this year? He's gotten less than 5 points in 2 games, and then he got 11 fantasy points last week, which is like, yay! He got finally 11 fantasy points. I think he's going to be a bust this week against Tennessee, and I think a lot of people are going to start him, and they shouldn't be. Don't start Devonta Freeman.
All right, my start of the week is actually Wayne Gallman. Now, I'm not huge on this train, right? I think people are overreacting to this, and Barkley's hurt, he's going to just take over. I don't know if that's the case. I think they might even sign another running back. It might even be Jay Ajayi. But for this week, I think he's going to be good because he's playing Washington. They haven't signed anyone as of right now, and he's going to get looks. I think the Giants will win that game. The Giants will probably control the ball, which means they'll probably run it a lot in the second half.
Right.
So I think he could actually be a good start if you're like on the fence about a running back or an RB2 or a flex. And then I think honorable mention, I'll just say Joe Mixon real quick because I wanted to put him in there.
Okay. My start of the week at wide receiver is Tyler Boyd at Pittsburgh.
Ooh, okay.
Now, this is a little bit of a different pick. Like, you said start him.
Right.
The reason why I'm putting him as a start of the week at wide receiver for me is because Pittsburgh has given up. So there's this one slot corner that has been getting burned by slot receivers all season. Don't remember what his name is, but he's been getting murdered by slot receivers. Tyler Boyd is facing that slot corner in the slot because that's where Tyler Boyd gets utilized.
Right.
So Tyler Boyd should be in line for a very good week this week. And then my sit of the week at wide receiver is Josh Gordon at Buffalo.
Okay.
I think that Julian Edelman is the only good start for wide receiver for the New England Patriots in this game. You're going to want to start Josh Gordon. I'm probably going to get a million questions on Twitter about starting Josh Gordon. I don't want to hear it. Josh Gordon is a non-starter. Not this week.
For me, my start of the week is Kenny Golladay, actually.
Kenny G.
He's coming off a bad week.
Yeah,
people are panicking.
Goes good week, bad week.
Right.
Good week, bad week.
I think this week against Kansas City, they're going to throw the ball a lot. I think Matt Stafford's in line for a big game. Like you said, it's a good week, bad week type thing. Marvin Jones went off last week. So I think this week the guy to look out for in the Lions receiving game is going to be Kenny Golladay.
Okay.
I think he's going to have a big week. And my sit is actually my guy, my favorite man, DJ Chark.
Oh, boy.
I know
you didn't want to do it.
I love that dude. I didn't want to do it. He's on my fantasy team. But I'm not starting him against the Denver Broncos. That defense is too good. This is going to be the crappy of crappy games. Might be like 10-6, the final score.
Right.
I don't think the Jaguars are going to do a lot in the passing game this week.
Right.
Or even on offense. So Chark to me is a guy that is very matchup dependent right now.
Right.
Until he proves otherwise, because it's only been 3 weeks. So I wouldn't get so sweaty about Chark despite his good start.
Yep.
I'm not going to start him this week.
All right, let's do tight ends in less than a minute.
Okay, we can do that.
Tight ends, Austin Hooper versus Tennessee. If there's one thing Tennessee has not done well, it's for some reason stop tight ends. So far this year, the Tennessee Titans have been given up the sixth most fantasy points to tight ends.
That's interesting.
A very interesting stat, but I'm just going to ride it. I'm going to say, let's start Hooper, see what happens.
Yeah, all right. Hoop, there it is.
Yeah, Hoop, there it is. Let's see what happens. And then Greg Olsen against Houston. Houston's been good against tight ends so far this year, so I would just say sit Greg Olsen. I know he had a really great week, but when does that stuff repeat itself?
You know, it's funny. We don't go over each other's notes when we do this.
Yep.
I also had Greg Olsen as my sit of the week.
There you go. So we don't even talk
that's
about
a
sit.
consensus.
Consensus sit.
Fantasy champions consensus.
Yep.
And then my start was Mark Andrews. I think he's going to have a bounce back week.
Awesome.